How's everyone doing? I'm back here for part two of my overview on Rolling Stone Magazine's new issue, Guns N' Roses, The Ultimate Guide. I'm going to be picking up where I left off. This is a sort of a section in the book where they talk about all the events of, after the band completed the Use Your Illusion tour up until the release of Chinese Democracy. They call it the Cold War. Kind of, after Slash left Guns N' Roses, fans had a very long wait for the feud to thaw. Eventually, their patience paid off, and just different information. Like they're talking about, when Guns N' Roses recorded the cover of, you Look at Your Game Girl, or Axl recorded the cover for the Spaghetti Incident right here, and then they talk about the Sympathy for the Devil song for the soundtrack to Interview with a Vampire, the Rolling Stones cover. And then just different information, Slash leaving Guns right there. Moving on, and then of course they have a reference to Buckethead there. And then Duff, this little section talking about when Duff rejoined the band for a few dates in 2010. Or not 2010, 2012, sorry. And then they had this image right here of, them all at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's Matt, Duff, Slash, and Steven. Very, very cool. So yeah, just kind of a short section, just sort of having a different highlights, like talking about January 1st, when Guns N' Roses had their first new show at the House of Blues, and just kind of a cool little thing. Then right here, the Gunners Rise Again, talking about the new Not in This Lifetime tour, which has some pretty good photographs from throughout the tour. It's a great shot right there. And then there's different shots, like there's them at the Troubadour, their first show back, back together as this new lineup with Slash and Duff. And there's an image of Axl singing with AC/DC, which I think Axl is really good in AC/DC. Now, of course, I absolutely love Brian Johnson, and him and Bon Scott, are both legendary singers, and it is a shame that Brian can't sing with AC/DC anymore, at least not for a while. I'm not really sure exactly if he's planning on coming back or not. I haven't read enough into it, but I do think that Axl does sing the songs well, and he sings them, in his own way, but they're also close to the original, to where he's not doing anything like really different from what Brian did. So, I think he did a good job. But unfortunately, my main complaint there's two complaints I have. The first one is that I wish that they would have included more photos from the early days of Guns, from like 85 to 86. Because when they first start the first couple of photos are from the Appetite for Destruction era, and I do kind of wish that they would have had more photos from the club dates. I also wish that they would have included more photos from the Not in This Lifetime tour, because these are the only two pages with a lot of photos. The rest of it is because this section of the book ends, and then they go back to like this section here, which it's a cool section, but I do kind of wish they would have included more photos from those two eras, the Not in the Lifetime tour era, or the tour they're on now. I know that they're only on the first leg of the tour, but I still wish that they would have had a bit more photos from that era. Then over here we have sex, drugs, violence, and more sex and rock and roll. And this is the 20 wildest Guns N' Roses moments. From Axl punching David Bowie to Slash's Mountain Lion to multiple riots. And this is just a selection of tons of crazy things that have went on during the band's career. There's an image of Axl in 86, which is cool. Like I said, they have images from, the club dates and things like that, but I wish that they would have included more at the beginning of the book. You know, like there's one image of him in, you know, 85 as well. And there's the band right there. And then this is an entire section that's dedicated to all the other members of Guns N' Roses that have been in the band throughout the years, like Buckethead, Tommy Stinson, Chris Pittman, you know, Robin Fink, Bumblefoot. Now, I haven't read a whole lot of this, but I have noticed a couple things. For one thing is, when they're talking about Buckethead, there is a section down here, this is where they talk about him, where it says that the mask that he's wearing is a Michael Myers mask, which is incorrect. He doesn't have a, it's not a Michael Myers mask. It's, you know, it's kind of a white, pale mask. It's kind of in the same vein, or in the same look as a Michael Myers mask, but it's not. So I noticed a couple things like that are kind of mistakes, but for the most, that's pretty much all that I've noticed as far as, you know, mistakes goes. Everything else looks fine. So, you know, just small little things here and there, but for the most part, very well written, or for, you know, most of the thing, very well written, very well done. Like I said, there's some great images of Buckethead. There's Axl and Tommy right there. Which Tommy's recently, he's came out in an interview talking about the reunion, and he's already, you know, he's all for it. He says that he kind of knew that it was going to happen. He's been in several other bands as well. And we got Gilby. This was him in, and they also tell DJ Ashbaugh, who I think next to Slash, DJ Ashbaugh, I think he fit the most out of all the guitar players in Guns N' Roses, in my opinion. And then right here is the Ultimate Album Guide. There's a great shot of Axl and Slash. And this goes through each of their albums. Like, you got Appetite for Destruction, and it got a whole section dedicated to each album, which I really like. Slash right there. Then, of course, you got Lies. They don't talk about the Live Like a Suicide EP. I'm sure that they do in this section, but it doesn't have its own section. And they also don't talk about Live Era. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Spaghetti Incident, which I think it's an underrated album. It's not great in any way, but I think it's underrated. And Chinese Democracy. And there's a shot of Axl. Looks about, yeah, 2006. I was trying to find the date. And you got this last image right there. Great imagery throughout. And then the back of the book just has a selection of different Rolling Stone magazine covers that the band has had. And that is it. So there you go, guys. That is a overview of Rolling Stone Magazine's new special collector's edition issue of Guns N' Roses: The Ultimate Guide. Like I said, I highly recommend this to any Guns N' Roses fan. Now, I haven't read all of it, but from what I have read, I've read different pages, and it's very well written. A lot of great interviews, great photographs. And I just wanted to do these videos just to show everybody what the magazine is, just in case if you're interested in picking it up. You know what you're spending your money on, and personally, I think it's worth the money. I think this is a great issue. So anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this magazine. Are you going to pick it up? Are you excited, to see what's inside? Did you enjoy the photos? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, guys, like I said in the first video, I'm sorry for the long wait in between videos, but I want to try to get back into doing it. I already have 2 other Guns N' Roses related videos that I do plan on posting eventually this week probably, so stay tuned for those. And I do plan on trying to get more videos up on this channel at a faster pace. Well, anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone who have subscribed to this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.